Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Series. Tonight, we are back from the summer break and time for round 14. We're heading to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. And the very first thing we need to do is to sort out our pit crew training for the following month. So let's get that prepped and ready straight away. We really do need to work on our speed because it's abysmal right now, but we're also a little high on fatigue. So I'm going to give them a day off just to try and keep their fatigue level down a little bit. It's still going to go high, isn't it? All right, well, in that case, we'll give them the whole weekend off. We'll start pumping in the heavy training. Give them Saturday and Sunday off. Back on the Monday. And now we'll do some split training. Again, we're getting close to that 50%, just going over. So we'll give them some time to recover. There we go. And we're not going to do any training before Monza either. But after Monza, we are going to put in another week of split training. Go. In fact, just might pop in a day or a morning of car building, but I'll do it on the Tuesday, I think. Yeah, that works. I just want to, again, just try and maintain the car building a little bit, keep it around the 80%. You can see now by the end of the month, our predicted estimated pit stop time is below 3 seconds. We are almost there on a consistent basis. We're right on the edge of 3 seconds at the moment. So we get it just below on a consistent basis. That would be a good step forward. We'll also get to improve our stats a little bit because those are still pretty low as well, as you can see. There we go. All right. Let's have a look at our inbox. So we've got anything in here that needs our attention? No, we've dealt with all of that. How you doing, Mr. Water? Good to see you tonight. So let's quickly double check our car building. Make sure I'm not missing building parts. Got underfloor, side pods, and we've got the rear wings ready to drop in a week. Okay, that's good. Torque center refurb is done, so that'll start spitting out the maximum amount of money a week as well. Good stuff. So we'll get just under 100 grand a week from that. Boardroom has been refurbished. Only level 3. Yeah, we don't really need to up that at the moment. It's not like we're at risk of upsetting the board. That was an important one, getting the race sim fully upgraded to level 5. That will help our drivers increase their development rate a little bit more. And the weather center is done as well. That is excellent. We go from a measly 56% all the way up to 80%, thanks to both an upgrade and a refurb rolled into one there. And there is our new rear wing. So let's get that straight into production. We are 10 days away, so we'll have one spare going into Friday and a second spare on the day of the race itself. As you can see, that's quite a nice little step forward in terms of speed, DRS, some extra downforce, and dirty air tolerance is improved as well. So on paper, it's looking pretty good. But of course, there may well be some upgrades applied to other cars by the time we get to Zandvoort. So that's not locked in, those improvements yet. We'll have to see. But we'll get 4 of those into production. Spare underfloor is done. And what I forgot to do was to get a new research project going. So let's get... see, chassis is not really affected. So let's do another rear wing project. 26 days till we get new hours. Let's improve drag and DRS. And just work... oh, actually, no. Let's not. Bring those back. Of course, this is affected by regulation changes, so we want to try and recoup some of that downforce there. Going to go with 2 engineers. There we go. Low stock on front wings. Hopefully we can get through without needing another one. Same for is this chassis? Yeah, chassis. Let's have a look. Why am I only got the one spare chassis? Did I just not have enough slots? Yeah, it's not like we're working on another one at the moment. I think I just needed to keep the slot free for the rear wing. So we can now go ahead and make another spare chassis. So we've got 2. And yes, I know all those parts are poor. We deliberately put those in ahead of time. Hospitality is now refurbed. That's back up to its best on level 3, and that is a spare side pod, which I believe is number 4. That's where our car is looking. We do have 2. Okay. 2 spares. That's good. And these are the new ones, aren't they? Ah, excellent. I forgot we had new side pods for this Grand Prix as well. So we'll slap those in. Put on the new wings as well. Check the front wings, we're on the most up to date. Check the chassis, both on that one. Check the underfloors, both on that. And suspensions, they're both on the Mark III. With the Mark IV on the way. Good stuff. Okay, let's make a couple of extra side pods, because these are it for the rest of the season now. Go. Maybe they'll last. Just those 2 and the 2 spares. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Evening, Adrian. There's the new Mark IV suspension. But I don't have any slots now, do I? No, I don't. But no, we'll wait. We'll wait till Monday. That's fine. Let's get another research project underway. So again, suspension is something that's going to need a tweak. There we go. And we'll put 3 engineers on that. And we'll put a 3rd engineer on that one. There we go. All right. skip a sponsor obligation. This is from Ollie. Give him better morale for 10 days. He'll have to make it up somewhere else in the season, but yeah. If he wants to concentrate on his racecraft, I'm all for that. Okay, so let's double check. Excellent stuff. So how does our car look with that new side pod and the new rear wing? Does it look quick? Let's find out. It does. Yes, speed has improved to 6th on the grid. DRS still 5th. Acceleration still 9th. Our cornering is still very nice as well. 3rd, and 2nd. But we've got a nice little balance now. Not quite so dominant in the cornering as we were a few races ago, but certainly a bit more competitive in the top speed. So let's take a look at rival teams. Obviously the big one is Red Bull. We are quicker than them in terms of top speed, although they do have a significant acceleration boost over us. Got about 4% just over on the DRS, and we are better than them in all aspects of cornering, and even slightly better in the dirty air as well. So yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. Who else do we want to take a look at? Let's take a look at McLaren. McLaren are very quick. They are the 2nd quickest car. Ocon is the 1st. He's got slightly different configuration on his car. Once again, amazing cooling on that car as well. Let's take a look at the Constructors' Champs. Oh, they've taken a step forward. Look at that. Their top speed 3rd, DRS 3rd, cornering low and medium 1st. They have definitely taken a bit of a step forward because they've been a bit off the pace, but that is a good indicator that they have picked up some pace. I do want to check as well, because I think I forgot to do it while there was actually a race going on. Let's take a look at who is using which powertrain again. So Ferrari, McLaren, Renault, same as us. Red Bull, Mercedes, Alpine, Renault, no surprise there. Williams are using Ferrari engines. Haas are using Red Bull engines. AlphaTauri are using Renault as well. Okay, and Aston are back with Mercedes. Interesting stuff. Right, weather looks good for this weekend. We've got a very sunny Friday and then a little bit of cloud on the Saturday and Sunday. But will be dry for the entire race. And with our upgrades, hopefully our car will do very well here. How you doing, Dino? How you doing, Victor? Good to see you guys. Right, let's set some targets. So the incentive, 1 car into Q2. That should be very easy. We're going to go 2 in the top 10 and both cars into Q3. Finish position, 1 in the top 15. Again, that should be a very easy target. We'll go for the fastest lap, see if we can take that. Finish position, 1 in the top 15 for 2 races. We're halfway through that. And if we can get both in the top 12 in qualifying tonight, we will complete our quali streak. That in itself is worth 3.2 mil. So hopefully some good money coming in tonight. I think the board are in attendance for tonight as well, if memory serves. Let me go back to my inbox. Go back to a couple of weeks ago. Yes, the board are in attendance, so we need to put on a good show for them tonight, or else we could upset them a little bit. But I think we are going to have a really good race tonight. So let's head to the Netherlands, to Zandvoort, for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Hello, and a very warm welcome as we prepare for the Dutch Grand Prix. We're back from the summer break with topped up tans. Vacation, though, is now over, and it's time to get serious on the track for the second half of the F1 season. To carry speed through the steep banking of Zandvoort, teams will need to be loading downforce onto their cars this weekend. Zandvoort has the second shortest lap time of the whole F1 season, and the track tolerates no mistakes.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And at round 14, we're well into the season and the points allocation.
Now let's get the weekends underway.
Right then, let's get these cars prepped. So that ERS will probably last the whole weekend, I hope. We're not going to be using it really in practice, so it'll degrade at a very slow rate. So hopefully that'll get through all 3 sessions. Everything else should be fine. We need 21 laps for a run around Zandvoort on day 1. Go, and let's put some setups on the car. So we'll start with Ollie. Let's go with a 10, a 13.5, a 7.3, a 2.95, and a 0.4. There we go. And let's see, what do we want to put on Isaac? Let's go a little bit different. Let's go 8.5, 14 and 8.2, 2.9, and a 0.15. There we go. And we'll try that with a slightly higher rear wing. Evening Cloud. Yes, Lando finally has his first win in Formula One. So happy to see that when I watched the highlights last night / this morning. Been a long time coming and thoroughly well deserved as well. It was nice to see so many people from all the different teams coming up and congratulating him as well. He got a round of applause on track from Hamilton as they were driving into the second sector on the cool-down lap. That was nice to see. I was really happy to see Daniel Ricciardo, come running up and give him a big hug. And let's not forget, it was, Lando could have had that win a couple of years back. 3 years ago at Monza, but the team held him back so that Daniel Ricciardo could take the win. So it was nice to see Danny Rick out there and congratulating Norris on a long overdue first win. And of course there was Sochi as well, when the rain, just suddenly came back down with a vengeance and wrecked his chances. Yeah, it's been like I said, it's been a long time coming. So so happy for him that he's finally got himself a win. Hopefully it'll be the first of many. Okay, we are ready to start making some changes. Just need a little tweak to Ollie. We've pretty much got it right straight out the gate. We only need to find a very small gain, but we've got a lot of work to do on Isaac's car here.
We're riding to the box.
So we're going to drop that down to a 13.5. Going to go to a 7.3. I'm going to go to a 6.4, I think. Let's go 10, 13.5, 6.4, 3.15. Actually, that's looking a little bit too much, maybe. Bring that down to a 3.1. And push that up to a 0.65. No, that's not enough. So, going to need to find a bit more. Go 3.15, 0.75. Pull that down to a 9.5. That's not going to do it either. How about a 3.25 and a 0.9? It's got potential. There is potential in that one. We'll give it a run. Here comes Ollie. Let's see. Drop that down to a 9.5. I don't know if that's enough. It might be enough. A little hesitant to send him out like that, but we'll try it. It's not so much that McLaren have a lack of top speed, they have a lack of pace in the slow corners, which is a problem that, you know, they have started to resolve with this latest round of upgrades, but that problem isn't going to be really dialed out until next year's car. So the reason why it looks like they have a lack of top speed is because they have such a slow launch out of the really slow sections, which lead on to the really fast sections. It's more of a low speed issue than a top speed issue. I think also you could see just how much they were suffering in the dirty air. You know, once Norris got into clear air, he was quick. But, you know, he was stuck behind cars for a long time earlier on. Lemon and juice. Just take a look at that ERS. It's only gone down 1% so far. That's fine. Time to get an update on those changes. 97%, massive improvement there for Isaac, up from 70. Just needs a little bit of a tweak. Did we get it right for Ollie though? Or is there still a little bit more to find? 97 still. Okay. That's a surprise.
Give me some feedback.
Alright, so the change I need to find is here on the camber. Just got to figure out which way to push it, because I've got to correct. Gonna go that way, pull that down to there, and see if I can get away with just doing that. That might affect the traction, it might affect the oversteer. If it does, we'll have to make subsequent changes to try and balance that out again. And again, here is where the issue is. So we'll push that up by 1. Yeah, let's go down that way instead. Not a bad first session. Both cars looking pretty close. Hopefully those tweaks will give us the 100. So we've got a penalty for poor share. And only poor share. Okay, let's push the fuel load up. What a farce the sprint was in terms of Kevin Magnussen. I really hope that blatant bad sportsman-like driving like that, which he admitted to afterwards in the post-sprint interview, I hope that gets outlawed going forward. Or at least a harsher penalty is put in. I mean, he picked up 4 penalties in the, I think, just in the sprint. Oh, that's a lockup. At least he's not.
But this is what happened. Now, this was the Alfa Romeo.
I mean, it was such ridiculous driving, all with the
Yellows.
with the view of trying to hold up Hamilton and Tsunoda and everybody else behind, so that Nico could scamper away and get a point. I mean, while I don't necessarily have a problem with driving defensively to try and hold up people, there's a limit, there's a line, and Magnussen didn't just put his foot over the line, he dived headlong past the line and kept on running. He went way too far. I'd like to see if they're going to do penalties like that and just issue a penalty that they order the driver to give up the position as well, because when you are lunging so far into a braking zone like that with no hope of making the corner, it's deliberate that you're either trying to push your opponent off the track or hit them. And in situations like that, you need to be told to give the place up, because there's no way in hell he should have been allowed to keep that place.
And yes,
Ooh.
yes, we have. We've had
Crash
a crash.
rock on.
What happened there?
Happened right in front of us, I think. Yeah, there he goes. He's kept going. What damage has he got? Just front wing damage. Maybe. And he picked up another penalty again in the race as well. He's staring down the barrel of a ban.
And there's been
I think like 2 more points, and that's it. 2 more penalty points, I think. I think it's only 2 more penalty points, and he's out for a 1 race ban.
What the is this?
Contact there against Max. I'm not going to be unhappy about that. What's my view on turn 1 in the sprint? It was an optimistic move from Hamilton, but I mean, it was a. There were multiple incidents all happening at the same time. It wasn't just Hamilton diving up the inside which caused the issues. There were other incidents going on at the same time, and while Hamilton was probably slightly more at fault than anybody else, he wasn't the only one at fault in that. So I can see that being given as a racing incident, which is, I think, effectively what they viewed it as in the end. Oh, Max has got a penalty. That's brilliant. Max is down 3 places off the start. Yeah, it was clumsy, and it was a shame to see Norris's car forced out as a result of that. But I don't think there was inherently anything that you could pin on Hamilton and say it was entirely his fault. Formula One in the past, I don't know if they still do, but they've always given turn 1 incidents a little bit more leeway as well, simply because it is just usually very chaotic at the starts. I'm not sure if they have started to rein that in a bit, but historically they've always been a bit more forgiving of incidents, in the first corner or two. Oh, we got backwards on both of them. Okay. Well, at least we know we've gone the wrong way. We can correct and go the opposite way. That should hopefully dial those in the right way. But yeah, it was clumsy. It was clumsy from a couple of different people. Right, so we need to go that way this time. That needs to go that way. That has pushed that back up. We did the same here, so that needs to go that way. There we go. And touch wood, or my foot in this case, that will do it. You think if 3 or more drivers are involved, more than one driver can be deemed at fault, even if a penalty is halved? Well, they won't halve penalties. If they're going to give out penalties, they'll give out penalties to multiple people. They've done that in the past, but like I said, turn 1 in the opening lap is usually very chaotic in the best of times, which is why they're a bit more forgiving of incidents there. I think they, in their official reasoning, the steward said that Alonso and Stroll had already made contact before Hamilton, made contact. It was just one of those unlucky chain reaction things, unfortunately. It was good to see Hamilton enjoying his racing again this weekend. If he has a positive mindset going into his into next season with Ferrari, then he could be a real threat to Max if the car is with him. There we go. There is confirmation of Max's 3-place penalty for that collision with the Williams. So that takes him away from pole position. And we'll slap on a set of softs and we'll go for the 30 laps of fuel, which might be a little bit too much, but again, better to overfuel than under. It's only practice. We're not trying to set quick times. And off we go. Have we got it right this time? It was great to see Ricciardo having a really strong sprint as well, although a little baffled to see him so off the pace in the race. Maybe the car was just working better with lower fuel. I hope that allows him to kick on this season and start putting in some Honey Badger style performances of days gone by. And I'm really looking forward to Imola, the next Grand Prix, because both McLarens will have the full upgrade package there as opposed to just Lando.
Give me some feedback when you can.
There we go. We are 100 with Ollie, 99 with Isaac, so just a little click needed. One click a toe will sort that out. And looking at the top of the timings here, all on soft tyres, Max and Oscar and Mick all very close. Sight is up there as well. We saw the step forward that had been made in terms of car development for Alfa Tauri before the race. Looks like it's paying off. All right, is it clear? Yes, it is. Has to be there. Excellent. So both cars will be at 100%. Well, setup-wise, lacking a little bit in car part knowledge, but I'm not going to send them out there again this session. No need. Little short on a couple of parts. I don't want to risk an unnecessary collision with another car or the barrier and break something that I can't afford to replace. We'll get that car part knowledge hopefully all the way up to 100 by the end of practice in Monza, which is where we're going after this. And there we go. We are done with practice. And the Alfa Tauris are looking very quick. They could be looking at a front row lockout, thanks to Max's penalty. Right, let's get ready for quali.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out if all that practice will pay off for the drivers.
Good overtaking spots at Zandvoort are few and far between, so there's a lot of pressure to get qualifying just right. Drivers will be hoping for good downforce from their car setup to keep them on the track through the long sweeping corners.
If we could just talk about Mick Schumacher for a second. Given his recent form, how's he going to be going into this session?
We saw them set an impressive lap time in practice, so it's a great start as they move into qualifying. But as we all know, a good performance in practice doesn't guarantee success over the rest of the weekend.
Let the competition commence.
Okie dokie. Let's swap out some engine parts. So, what engine are we going to run? 70% should be fine. Yes, we go on to that one. And have to go with that one. Okay. And 92. 60. And 93. Alright, not going to run slipstream here tonight. It'll only really benefit us in the final sector. Could hurt us elsewhere. We'll send them out with a little bit of track clearance between them. Going out behind. Well, I suppose this will give us an indicator as to whether or not the slipstream is going to work or not. And if it does really benefit Behrman, then we can make sure that we give Hajar a slipstream later on. So theoretically, Behrman should be just a fraction quicker. Given that he's got a better engine. But if he's substantially quicker, then it means the slipstream's actually going to work here. And by substantial, I mean more than just a couple of tenths. I mean like half a second or more.
Here ahead. Have a good one.
Okay, so Tsunoda was quicker than Isaac in the first sector. Oh, we got traffic. And then I think the Haas was quicker than we were. Oh, that's compromised us a little bit through there. But it's certainly compromised the Haas there. Yeah, see, Isaac is still fastest in the middle sector. So the time comparison isn't really going to work on this lap. At least not in the middle sector anyway. Let's see, what was Isaac's middle sector? 24.0. 24.4. Yeah, lost half a second in the middle sector. (21.1) and a 21.1. Yeah, almost identical in the final sector. So first sector 24.1, 24.0. Very little difference. Can't really say for certain whether or not the slipstream actually helped Ollie at any point there. He certainly got hindered as Ocon goes quicker. And we are probably going to have to run Behrman again, because we've seen in the past 6 tenths away from what is currently provisional pole, and it will be quicker than that, will not be enough to get through. We've seen that in recent races. And the shorter the lap as well, then the more vital those gaps are, because the margins between getting through and not getting through become even smaller on a short lap. Evening, Anthony.
We're ready to the box.
So we'll prep and we'll wait, and we'll go out a little bit later. You can see Behrman, oh, Mick with a bad lap. He must have been held up quite badly. Yeah, Behrman's just plummeting down. Even Isaac is a long way off. I'm a little concerned by how far both of our cars are away at the moment. Obviously, we know Behrman could have gone and should have gone quicker. But Hajar's a long way off. There's a lot of cars out at really weird times here. Yeah, everyone's super happy for Lando. Couldn't have happened to a more deserving driver. Evening, Golden.
Copy.
Now, we have had issues warming up the tyres in the past on this circuit, and I wonder if that's the issue. Warm-up looks okay for Isaac. It looks a little behind for Ollie.
Could be a bit of traffic there. Lift off.
Yeah, they are struggling to warm them up a little bit. That is a concern. Isaac's tyres now are just about in the right temperature window. Ollie's still aren't. So we may have to do 2-lap runs in the next session, assuming we make it through. Behrman has yet to improve. Right, Isaac goes top. So the slipstream definitely working for him. Behrman is at risk. Or is he? Yeah, he's definitely at risk. There are 6 cars below him, all on flying laps. There's Sainz. He does not improve enough to get ahead of Behrman. That's good. There's Giovinazzi coming around to finish his lap. There's Magnussen. Magnussen does not improve. I think we're safe now. We are. Giovinazzi improves, but there's only 2 more cars below us, and that will knock out Sainz and Zhou if they both improve. So we're okay. We have just snuck through. But yeah, tyre warming, a bit of an issue. We have had that issue at this track before. You think McLaren have got the pace to take it to Red Bull now? Let's not get too carried away. Red Bull's car is designed to look after its tyres, and they were really struggling to get those front tyres warmed up properly. You know, to get them switched on straight away, whereas the McLaren was very good at that. So that's why Max was struggling a little bit. It'll be a different, plus that is a very different track surface to what they normally race on as well. You know, so Imola will be more of a test, I think, as to how good McLaren's upgrades really are. Alright, we did manage to squeak through with both cars. We are going to go for a 2-lap run. I don't know if I'm going to improve. Enough on the second lap though. Tyres might be dead by then. The slipstream did seem to work for Isaac, so we will run them with a slipstream and then swap them over on the cooldown lap.
Okay, mate, just try to work as much as you can on tires, as much as you can on tires.
Copy.
Hopefully we're not going to hit traffic on our flying like we did last time as well. Let's check that tyre warm-up. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, so maybe it's these tyre... Well, looking okay. Could be a little bit better. But maybe the tyres being worn and used has helped a little bit.
So let's get going.
Their tyre prep is definitely better this time round than it was the first time that we looked at it. Still a little below where they need to be, but Isaac's tyre's about to switch on. There we go. That's a couple of corners quicker than they did the first time. Behrman's tyre's still not up to temperature though. Just coming in now as they reach the end of the first sector. So 24.0, 23.985. So there's not a huge amount of difference between the two. $23.9 and the 23.9 almost identical. I think I'll just leave them in this order, I think. No need to switch them over. A 1090 for Behrman. 1091 for Isaac. Less than a tenth between the two. Leclerc on an outlap. There's Yuki, so the other Alpine is Sainz, who's just starting a flying lap. And he is going to have to negotiate his way past Gasly. He moves over nice and quickly for him. Charles Leclerc starting his flying lap now, and we've got more traffic coming out. Oh, is Norris going to get in the way? Is it Norris or is it Ocon? Doesn't really matter, we're past. That's the important thing. We have got a Ferrari of George Russell and Max Verstappen and Alex Albon that we are potentially going to have to work our way through. Oh no, wait, that's not Verstappen. That is Charles Leclerc on his flying lap. And I think he might have been held up by Albon there. We now run the risk of being held up here by Russell. I think we got away with that. No improvement for Behrman, but Hajar's definitely improving. And I think we're good enough to get through at the moment. Hajar definitely is. Leclerc just behind Ollie. Yeah, I think we could be good enough here. We might not need to go again. Gasly has popped up there, as has Russell.
Okay, we're coming now to the pit.
Mick makes his way out. Oscar's still in the garage. Here comes Max. Remember, Max has a 3-place penalty for that collision he caused in practice. And there is Oscar tucking in behind him. We'll follow Oscar here. So Williams coming through. That'll be Giovinazzi. Oh, and he's caught them at a horrible place. Giovinazzi's lap is ruined. It should be a penalty, but it won't be. At least he has the opportunity to play spoiler in return. And given how close these two are, he won't just ruin one lap, he'll ruin both laps. No, he's going to move over nicely. And the Alpine moves out of the way as well. Oscar's too close. Got nowhere to go. If anything, this will hurt his time rather than help it. There we go. Oscar goes top. I think Behrman might be safe, but I'm not 100% certain. I send him out again. Looking who's below. Oh, I really don't know where to go out again or not. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to stay in the pits, I think. Yeah, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to stay in the pits. Oh, I'm down to 9th. Oh! Maloney has ended the session. There will be no resumption. Into the barrier. Brings out a red flag with not enough time to get a flying lap done on resumption. So that's it. We are through. Whew. That was a little bit of luck because I'm not sure we would have made it there. So let's do one flying lap on these tyres just to get a baseline of confidence. And then we'll do 2 flying laps on the new tyres. See how well we can do. And again, we'll pay attention to tyre warm-up, because that has been the issue so far.
Work as much as you can on brakes and tires.
Copy.
And again, Ollie's tyres not warming up as quickly. I don't know if this is down to driver style or... Well, it's got to be. It's got to be down to driver style. Because the cars are running identical parts, so it's not down to an aero difference. Yeah, look how slow his tyres are warming up in comparison to Isaac. And even Isaac's tyres aren't warming up quickly enough. So we are definitely going to need to do a 2-lap run at the end. Oh, those tyres are definitely not prepared. Look at them. We need team manager helmet cam. No, we don't. I need to see inside the garage while we're in the middle of a race. It'll just be him looking at a very small version of what we're seeing now. So a 1091 and a 1091. Neither time is going to be good enough. But it's simply just to get that confidence up towards peak. Ready for those new softs. 2-lap run. Let's go. So Max currently top of the standings, but with that 3-place penalty. So we're looking at possibly Oscar, possibly Schumacher, possibly Leclerc taking the pole. Max went out on very old tyres. There's Schumacher. He went out on very old tyres as well. Not as old as ours, but all right. Yeah, and the tyres not warming up. Isaac's tyres warming up a little bit quicker than they did the first time, I think. Possibly, I don't know. It's not great. Crosses the line with tyres about 5 degrees away from where they need to be. About 10 degrees away for Ollie. That's why we're on a 2-lap run. They should improve dramatically on their second laps. Now you see 0.2 the difference in the opening sector, and that's down to the tyres. $23.8 for Isaac. 24.0 again. He's down by nearly 0.2. Yeah, 0.2 again. So that's half a second deficit so far, almost. And Isaac is in third, just a 10th off Max's time. Behrman in sixth, a 1:09.1, half a second off Max. But this is the important lap that's coming up. That AlphaTauri is not going to get in the way, I don't think. Hopefully we can get round before everyone starts piling out of the pits. Don't want to have to fight through traffic. That could be a disaster. Tyres absolutely in the window this time. Purple first sector from Isaac. 23.7. Let's see what what Ollie does. 23.8. Down by 900ths. Oh, we got some traffic. .23.9. Slightly compromised there for Behrman. He goes quicker in the middle at 23.8. No improvement in the final sector, so he stays third. Behrman goes second. And with Max getting that penalty, unless somebody goes quicker, that is pole position and third place. Schumacher has improved, but is still behind us. He's in fifth. What about Oscar? Gasly's on a flying lap. Who'd you get rid of, Nico or Kevin? Get rid of Nico. He is really unreliable in the game. He crashes all the time. Ocon crosses the line, does not improve. He stays in third. Gasly stays in ninth. Here comes Oscar. No, not Oscar. I'm looking at Schumacher boxing. There's Russell, there's Sainz. Leclerc is going to be the last across the line. Sainz stays in eighth, does not improve. Russell jumps up to fifth ahead of Mick Schumacher, but still behind Oscar. Piastri goes fifth behind Isaac. And Leclerc goes behind Oscar. So we are going to be starting first and third, and Max is down in fourth place thanks to that three-place penalty he picked up for causing the crash in practice with Giovinazzi. Not a bad qualifying session at all.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
Zandvoort's highly banked corners make it one of the more unusual Grand Prix circuits. Dutch driver Max Verstappen won with a dominant lead here in 2021, driving the home fans to a frenzy as he did.
Karun, how would you describe the mood in the Alfa Romeo camp heading into this race?
It all feels very positive down in the garage. Everything seems in control and morale looks to be very high. The team are gelling well together.
So let's see how the teams tackle this race today at the Dutch Grand Prix.
Okay, Porsche in 10th also has a penalty. I'm not sure what that's for, whether that's for a crash or replacement parts. So he could be down in 13th. He could be down at the back of the grid. We will find out in a moment. Let's have a look at strategy. So Gonna go soft, medium, soft. Try and protect those soft tyres. I'm not going to take on any extra fuel. I'm going to go quick off the line. And off we go.
Get ready for some fighting between the sand dunes here at the Dutch Grand Prix. The Alfa Romeo driver knows this could be a good chance to prove themselves.
They've got a fantastic opportunity starting on pole, but can they carry it through to the end?
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. Here we go. It's the Dutch Grand Prix. And it's lights out.
Right, Ocon's on the mediums. That should give us a chance to jump him into turn one. We've got side by side. Get the power down. We've got the inside coming out of the banked turn here. And we're away. Here we go. No, not pit. There we go. How did we get on Friday? Great weekend for Isaac. Abysmal weekend for Ollie. Ollie scored 0 points across the race and the sprint. Isaac second in both. Evening, Barrett. And Piastri has got ahead of Max. Ocon the only one in the top 7 running the mediums. Everyone else is on the softs. And they've all pushed their softs harder than we have at the start.
DRS City, DRS City. We're P1 at the moment.
Going to keep burning the fuel a little bit. Also going to burn the battery a little bit more as well. Ocon and Oscar going side by side through the big banked curve. Who got the DRS though? Both of them. So, that is Piastri through. And he will be pushing onto the back of us.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy.
Just up Ollie's tyre pace a little bit. Wear his tyres a little bit more. We're going to stagger them. He is due to box a lap before Isaac. So we'll try and build that 3% offset. And also the extra pace at the front will help Isaac a little bit more as well. Probably going to burn fuel till we're about a kilo under. Oh, and Oscar's just going to take both of us. All right, not a disaster.
Just do your best.
Oscar tends to push his tyres very hard. Wow, look at Leclerc's tyres, down to 76 already. Russell on 77. Maybe they started on scrubs. Maybe they're just really overheating their tyres in dirty air. We're going to stay close to Oscar if we can. Or maybe not. He's bolted. Pushing his tyres hard though. Sets the fastest lap. He did a 1:13.1. Oh yeah, very quick lap. We should start to reel him back in again. And we have already. And yeah, we're definitely closer this time. We'll get the DRS at the end of the lap. That's the detection point just there. And there you see Max having a look at the inside of Ocon. Does he make the move? He does.
Copy.
Get a little bit of battery back into Behrman's car here. And we'll do the same now with Isaac. There we go. Right, that's enough fuel burning. And we can turn the tyres up a bit now as well. Now that we're in harvest mode.
Let's pick up the base.
Copy.
Just got to be wary of Max. He is looking a little frisky. Unless we go high overtake, we're not going to get an overtake done while we're charging up. So we may as well protect the tyres a little bit more. Try and gain a bit more of a grip advantage over Max. We've already got a fairly significant grip advantage over Oscar. And I do intend to sprint clear at some point. Just want Oscar's tyres to get a little bit lower before I do that. Get that battery a little bit higher as well. But we are close.
With it.
Copy.
All right, let's go for it with Ollie.
Yeah, understood.
There we go. Up the inside. Now we want to break free.
Let's push.
Copy.
And we'll slot it around the outside.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Copy.
Is that all the pace you have? Is that all?
Copy.
Alright, just need to stretch it a little bit more. I messed that up a little bit. I let Max get too close. Don't know if I can get away from him. Yeah, messed that up. All right. We will ease off. And then try and break away from Max again. It's getting through. All right, as long as he doesn't keep pushing, Isaac will be okay.
Cleanse your cannon.
Stick to the racing line. Keep the pressure on Max. Keep an eye out for Oscar behind. Ocon closing back up on those mediums. Oh, VSC. Well, in that case, we will box early. Guarantee you that anyone's tyres that are around 50% or lower is going to box. And that's going to allow us to save some fuel and battery. Oh, it's a red flag. Oh, and I've just changed all my driver sides. Ah, damn it. All right, what happened? That's Albon. Oh, he's had it coming together with his teammate. We'll see a replay of that in a second. Right, we're going to need to change the strategy then. So, we're starting the next lap on the mediums. Yeah, we can make that work. Although, what about if I go on the hards? Only a second difference. Oh, let's go with the hard tyres. This might come back and bite me. Yeah, it will. We're going to go mediums, but we're going to protect them. I think we'll have more pace doing that than we will going hards and not protecting them. Right, so what happened between the two Astons? Oh, the most innocuous of contacts, and they both went straight into the barrier. I think whoever the car behind was there is pointing back at the track, you know, to go back onto the track. I think...
And clearly then, not what everyone in the garage
I think he could have kept going, but because the other car was retired and blocking his path, I think that's why we had a red flag. I think one of them should have been able to... Well, I don't know. Are they both out? If they're both out, then... No, they're both out. Okay, so ignore that then.
We're set once more, and soon we'll continue this race. And it's lights out.
Of course, we're on the wrong
we go.
tyre settings. Can we get the jump? On Max. It is a penalty for Albon. So that's 3 places for him in the next Grand Prix. Behrman hold off Max. Yes, he can. I think Max is protecting his tyres. I'm looking at that wear rate not going down at the same rate as ours. I think he's in deep defensive mode already. He's certainly under pressure from Oscar. And this is really worked out quite nicely for us with Oscar right behind Max, putting him under pressure. Means he can't push up to us with carefree abandon. He has to be careful that he doesn't get pounced on. So we can just leave him like this to fight with Oscar. Those two will slow each other down, give us an opportunity to try and break away a little bit without stressing the tyres in the process. And there you see Oscar is pushing hard up the inside. So now we need to be wary that he doesn't do that to us as well. But if he sits in front of Max, who is definitely protecting those tyres, look at his wear rate. Lower than us, and we're on a low pace setting. Max is going to try and go long on those mediums. Leclerc under pressure from Ocon. Ocon's going to make the move. Ooh, has to bail out of it. He's been quick tonight. I mean, I know there's a little bit of variation between him and Norris in terms of the way their cars are built. They've got a little bit of difference. I'm not sure which part is different, but slightly more speed in Ocon's car at top speed, slightly less acceleration than Norris. I think the downforce is a little bit split as well. They're not running identical specs. You see Oscar is having a look. He's not getting through this lap. Max is really protecting those tyres. Wow, okay. Oscar's nailed the inside of Isaac there. And he's going to be straight past Behrman as well. And all of a sudden Max looks like he's woken up a little bit.
Just focus on yourself now.
Probably asking a little bit too much of them to charge and protect their tyres like that. Yeah, look at Max's tyres, 92%. It's unusual to see Max go so aggressive in on one stint and then so defensive on the very next stint like this. Maybe it was just for the opening laps. Maybe he's starting to push a little bit more. We have been dropped. I need to get just a little bit more life out of these tyres before I turn them up. You're in season 5, should you keep Norris and Leclerc? If they're performing, then yes. If they're not, then no. If you want a challenge, get rid of them. I'm guessing that you've got a pretty mighty car by this point, and you've got two of the best drivers in the game, so up to you if you want to mix it up a bit. don't like how quickly Oscar's pulling away from me here. Oscar wants to win this race. Oscar wants to defend his title. It's not looking like it's going to happen this season, but he's trying. Ah, lost the DRS, damn it. Yeah, Max's tyres starting to wear a little bit more again. He has upped his pace. Oh, he's going straight onto Ollie. Look at that. Never stood a chance.
Needs over pushing.
Copy that.
Do your best.
How many points does Oscar have? Not many. Not compared to, you know, Max and Behrman and Leclerc. And he's down in like 5th or 6th in the standings. Behrman lost the DRS. And here comes Ocon on his softs. Going backwards. Saving tyres always leaves me vulnerable.
Try to pick up a bit more pace.
Copy.
Not too worried yet. Still a long way to go in this race. It does concern me slightly that Ocon might not be able to comfortably catch up. Well, actually, he looks like he is catching up. Yeah, he's almost made it. We need to make sure we stay with him. I think we lost the DRS again. We did. Ugh. Getting caught out in that little section of track there.
And try to go faster.
Yeah, copy.
think I'm going to have to put Isaac in front of Ollie. Use Ollie's battery, Isaac's battery even. Turn that off quickly. Oh, he gave up the position. Damn it. And now, oh God, yeah, it's just a mess. Just a mess. Delayed reaction pullover from Ollie, which meant he got passed by Leclerc. Not good. And now I've lost a bunch of time. And positions as well. Ollie is losing a place again, maybe, to Leclerc. I think I've kept the DRS. Leclerc is just pushing through. Clumsy, clunky, not a good stint so far. And we're out of spare fuel. At least I think I stayed with... Oh, don't tell me I lost the DRS again. God damn it. The detection point's right after the corner. Don't know if I'm going to close up. I'm not. Race is just going horribly wrong. Maybe I should have just gone medium instead of going medium soft at the end here. Might have had more success. Wouldn't have had to protect the tyres so much. Alright, let's just settle in like this. Got decent pace at the moment. Hopefully Leclerc will start to speed up a bit. He is about half a second quicker than Ocon on that last lap. Need him to keep pushing the pace, but not so much that we get dropped. Oh, very bad lap for Ocon there. He suddenly dropped 2 seconds behind. His tyres are falling to bits already. Max has really started pushing those tyres. Maybe he is going medium. We've done all the tyre saving we need to. We've got a little bit of spare to play about with if we need it, but ideally we won't use it so that we can be a bit more aggressive with the softs instead. And Leclerc is just charging down Ocon at the moment. on 14.5 again. Another really slow lap. These two side by side. Oscar's tyres starting to give up a little bit. And Max into the lead. Joe and Stroll into the pits already. They've gone for set of softs, and they're not going to last, are they? Going to do a 3-stop, go soft, soft, soft. I don't think they'll make those softs last another 40 laps. They're going to have to stop again. Maybe they started softs, they've gone soft again, and then they'll finish on the mediums. Didn't see what they started on. Let's have a look. What did they start on? They both started on the mediums. They switched to softs for the restart. They've just gone soft again. So they have basically gone medium soft. They're going to have to go for another stop afterwards. So can they make the softs last? Or are they going to have to go mediums? I think they're probably going to have to go mediums looking at that. So Leclerc's going to take the inside line and the position. Can we follow behind him? No. But we will go with the inside of Ocon here. Behrman's going to go around the outside. It's a McLaren sandwich. Ah, there was contact. There's the tiniest little bit of contact there, I think, because we just stopped briefly. Behrman's immediately putting the pressure on. Hajar is through, pushing on. Up the inside, no. And this time we'll go around the outside, successfully. There we go, we're through. Oh, Hajar is actually in the lead. I didn't realise he was ahead of Leclerc. We'll leave him in top-up mode then. Piastri's back in front of Max. Hopefully that'll slow down Max. I think these two are swapping places a lot. There goes Max again. There's Leclerc making the move on Isaac. And there's Behrman in the background, a little bit too far away. Schumacher now lurking all over the back of Ocon. And Leclerc's tyres have definitely taken a bit of a beating as well. Let's check our wear rates. Yeah, looking all right. But we are now 4 seconds behind the leaders. Back up into third place. Going to keep him in harvest just to give Ollie a chance to close up. Just missed out on the DRS this lap. Hopefully we'll get it at the end of the lap. Assuming we don't get overtaken. Don't know if we got it or not. But we've got the slipstream now, I think. No, he didn't get it. He's going to be overtaken here. Ah, that's not good. Didn't want to end up behind Ocon again. Piastri starting to drop away from Max now. Yeah, his tyres are dead. Oscar's going to be boxing this lap. Ocon's tyres are in the same position, which means I want to get that overtake done before the end of the lap. Oh, still in driving clean air, no wonder. Damn it. Oh, Oscar stayed out. There's Ocon into the pits. All right, what tyres is it going on to? Hards or mediums? Mediums. Schumacher's on hards and he's got the jump on us. It's not really working out the way I'd like it to at the moment. We are nearly 5 seconds off of Verstappen now. Let's get after Charles, get that overtake, try and close the gap on Oscar. This should give me peak confidence. And it does. Piastri is in. That looks like mediums. Yep. So 4.5 seconds to Max. Leclerc is not going to be out for much longer. Can't break away from him. And I'm almost out of battery, and Charles is still right there. But I took 2 seconds out of Max there. Can't lose any more places. I think I've got enough pace to break away from Mick. There goes Leclerc into the pits. Medium tyres. Oh, Norris. Where did Norris come from? Need to see that replay. Maybe Norris dived down the inside as we went around the outside. I don't know.
Now here we are tackling.
Oh yeah, he did. He just dived up the inside while we tried to go around the outside.
An important pass there to move them up the field.
So, good work from Ollie. Can we capitalise on that a little bit? Very least we can leave Mick behind. Oh, slow lap for Isaac there. Okay, we're not too bad position-wise. I think Max is going to go for the softs, so this could be tricky for Behrman. Isaac's quite well positioned. I'm going to turn up the tyres now. Frustrating Norris, which is good. Russell has got through against Schumacher. So Oscar is currently net P1. Leclerc, net P2. But they are having traffic issues. Well, Leclerc is. Looks like Max is pushing his tyres as well. So he's probably boxing in the next couple of laps. Yeah, it goes 4/10 quicker. We go a second quicker. Behrman gets overtaken.
I need to overpush it.
So we'll use the opportunity to get a little bit more battery into his car. Going to keep on pushing with Isaac here.
Okay, we need to push a bit more.
Copy.
Keep the DRS. There you go. Gap is slowly coming down, but it's very slowly coming down. Look at that, just the tiniest of margins there, just 17 thousandths of a second difference on that lap.
Try to get him. Get him.
Just not closing that gap. In fact, we're losing time to Norris at the moment. At least we're getting our battery topped up for Behrman here. Going to go one more lap with Ollie. Probably two more laps with Isaac. And there goes Russell into the pits.
and box.
Copy, boss.
And Russell is out on softs, as I expected. So, Max may box this lap, may go one more lap, just like us. Gap's going back up again. I need to put some battery into Isaac's car. Just like we've been doing here with Ollie. Max is in. And he gets held.
Okay, copy.
He gets held for Norris, who came in. 3.0. Oh, yeah, just missing out. Just missing out on a sub 3 second stop. All right, so Max got out in front of Maloney and Pourchaire and Russell. Wow, he got 3 cars between him and Norris. All right, let's have a good stop. Yes, 2.90. Woohoo! I think that's our quickest stop of the season. The 14th, we're still not on the leaderboard. But we get out just in front of Norris. All right, chase is on. Schumacher's in. Max sets the fastest lap. We immediately take it back with Behrman, who gets past Norris. Excellent stuff. Right, we need to calm the tyres down. And this is not good. This is a mess. This is a real mess. Oh man, we're getting really held up here behind these Haas cars and the Ferrari.
straight.
Well, we need to punch through. That's not doing it. Almost out of battery. Come on, lunge up the inside. Lunge up the inside. Ah. Damn it. Ah.
I think we need to start getting a little bit quicker.
Copy.
At least Max is being held up by Joe, but this is looking very good for Oscar and Charles at the moment. All right, Porsche is out of the way. Joe's box as well, so that's freed up Max. He's pushed straight onto Ocon. So Leclerc, nearly 3 seconds behind Oscar, has now got a 3-car train. We're 5 seconds behind that train. There we go. Punch through. And we're off and away. Evening, Clark. How are you tonight? All right, let's take a tyre check. So we've got better tyres than most. Max has got past Ocon. Russell's having a look at Isaac. He's going to get him. So we'll save a little bit more tyre while we're getting the battery charged up. Save a bit of fuel as well. Still in peak. Still in peak. Good.
try to pick up a bit more pace.
Didn't get the DRS to Russell, but we can swap places here. There we go. And once again, Oscar has burnt those tyres pretty hard. He might struggle to defend against Verstappen if Verstappen gets close to him. 2 seconds the gap. Max has got past, blown past his teammate. And Norris is pushing on us as well now. Norris's tyres comparable to ours. Only just having a little look,
No need to overpush it.
just to let him know he's there.
Try to go faster.
All right, we're through against Russell. And straight onto Ocon. And straight past Ocon. Right, Charles is up next. He's already 2.5 seconds behind Max. Trying to insert ourselves into the equation here. There we go. Follow George through. Oh, contact. Ooh, we kept it out the barrier, but that's going to lose us all those positions.
Now this was at turn 1. Tries to
Damn
get
it.
by.
That is Ocon's
The
fault
cars
all day
there,
long.
unable to keep out of each other's way. And that won't do their confidence any good.
But I will not be surprised if we're the ones who get the penalty for that.
We've got a yellow flag here.
So Hajar down 4 places as a result of that. is frankly ridiculous. No penalties. How is that not a penalty? Right, Ollie's through. Max just a second off Oscar now. We have to book it on this lap. Alright, Isaac is through. He gets his confidence back up a bit. Back onto Ocon. Full confidence for Ollie. Porsche sets a new fastest lap, a 1:10.5. And we are tearing away from Leclerc. 2.5 seconds away from him already. We're going to be on Max in a couple of corners at this rate. And there we go. We are on Max.
Fastest lap of the race.
New fastest lap. 1:10.1. 4 tenths quicker than Porsche. Here is Isaac getting the move done on Ocon. Can't tip us out this time. And that is back into peak confidence for Isaac, up to 8th place. Right. This is a what could have been moment now for Isaac. He could have been up here fighting for the podium with his teammate. Russell's got past Leclerc. Laps to go, and we're looking in very good condition here. It's going to come down to us versus Max, I think. I don't think Oscar's got enough grip left in those tyres. What did Hajar do on this lap? Can he close that gap? Tough because that was some quick laps behind us, well behind Behrman. 1:12.4. It's comparable, but it's not enough. Can't push the tyres though, not really. And Max has got through. We're going to stay tucked up behind Oscar until Oscar gets dropped. That way we can save tyre, fuel and battery and still stay within DRS range of Max. And this is where being in front, you know, in Max's position, does not help at all. Because everyone can stay close to you, behind you, without stressing their car as much. Right, we are not closing, so I'm going to have to go for bit of extra speed from Isaac. And Ollie just got dropped. Oscar just got dropped.
So let's pick up the pace.
So we've got the inside line, which means we'll take the corner and have the position, and the DRS now switches on. Beautiful. Perfect slingshot past Oscar there. Right. This is theoretically Ollie's race to lose. I would like to try and get Hajai into the top 6. If I can get past Leclerc quickly, I can probably slingshot onto the back of Schumacher. Don't have a lot left to push with, but both Leclerc and Schumacher have been dropped. Just how much I can get away with pushing the tyres to close them down. Gap is coming down. I need to calm these tyres down. I need to get into the back of Charles quickly. Oscar might not even stay on the podium. Norris is going to get him here.
We'll have 5 laps to go.
So close, come on, we can get him. Want to save up enough tyre and battery to sprint clear of Max, break that DRS. So he can't fight me back. I think 7th might be it. Schumacher's pushed back up into Russell. Leclerc's now 3 seconds behind them. Straight through up the inside. Keep on keeping on. Schumacher's got past Russell. Oscar flirting with third place still. Trying to get his way past Norris. Take the lead with 2 laps to go. Always a risk going around the outside on that corner because you just get tapped and you're in the barrier. That nearly happened to Isaac, as we saw. But after a disappointing Spa, this has been a brilliant recovery drive from Ollie. Did think I might have screwed the strategy up a little bit at one point, but we've been able to punch our way back through. And now we have a pretty good lead over Max. 1.5 seconds plus as we start the final lap. About 2 seconds. We're 2 seconds away here. Let's go for it with the tyres. And we catch Russell. Behrman is off like a scalded dog. And we are close to Russell. Can we get the DRS for that lunge at the end? Russell might have just lost the DRS, I'm not sure. No, he got it, damn it. And that is that, unfortunately. It's a long run to the line though, maybe we can get a sneaky overtake. No, we can't. Oh, close. 4 seconds in the end ahead of Max. Solid win for Ollie. Unlucky for Isaac. Taken away from the podium by Ocon, who finished in 11th place outside the points. But after scoring 0 points in Spa, that is a great comeback from Ollie. A win, and I think he kept the fastest lap as well. So that'll be the maximum 26 points if he did hold on to the fastest lap. Schumacher in third, Piastri in the end down in 5th place. I thought that was Schumacher, I didn't realise it was Piastri. Not surprised, I mean his tyres were dying. Just didn't have the grip left at the end. We were so close. One more lap and we would have got one of the two of them.
Wasn't that
maybe
a
even both.
Fantastic drive from the Alfa Romeo driver?
It was a truly excellent win, with everything working together for the team and driver.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. So then, Karun, in terms of the Alfa Romeo team, how will they be feeling after that?
They'll be absolutely delighted to have picked up the win here. What a great outcome that is for the team.
And that then marks the end of events here at Zandvoort.
We now look ahead to the next round in Monza in Italy. The Temple of Speed is waiting and the teams will be ready and raring to go.
So then, confirmation of the final result. It is a win for Ollie Behrman. I think that's his 4th win of the season. Finishing ahead of Max, who climbed 2 places to get 2nd on the podium. Schumacher up 5 places to finish in 3rd. Good race for Norris, started 14th, finished in 4th, just missing out on the podium. Oscar started and finished in 5th. Decent points, but he had a chance of a win at one point. Russell in 6th, Hajar down in 7th. Should have been up there in 2nd place behind Ollie. Leclerc in 8th. Zhou up 7 places to score more points than Mercedes. And Maloney rounding out the top 10 with a point for Haas. Bottom half of the table, Ocon down 9 places after that little collision with Isaac. Yuki in 12th, Porsche up 7 places to finish in 13th. Belichick's in 14th ahead of Magnussen. Stroll, Sainz all the way down in 17th. Giovinazzi in 18th with a damaged car, I think. And the 2 Astons committing the cardinal sin and declaring civil war on each other, taking each other out after just 16 laps. So, looking at the driver's standings, Ollie moves back up into 2nd place and is just 2 points away from Max Verstappen again. Closed the gap by 8. Charles Leclerc in 3rd, only scores 4 points. He's a long way clear of Isaac in 4th, but the gap does come down by 2 points. It's a 49-point gap. Oscar in 5th, tries to hunt down Isaac. Does so a little bit, takes 4 points out of the gap. That's now 12. Lando jumping up into the level points with Oscar there in 6th with his 4th place tonight. Zhou in 7th is just ahead of Mick Schumacher on position. Good result for Mick tonight, but he stays in 8th. Then it's Ocon in 9th, Gasly 10th. Porsche in 11th ahead of Maloney. Russell moves above Sainz into 13th place. Yuki in 15th. Then it's to Williams of Magnussen and Giovinazzi. Stroll down in 18th ahead of Belichick's in 19th. And Albon, who's had a shocker of a season, 3 DNFs now, is in last place. In the constructor standings, it is 395 points for Red Bull in 1st. They have 22 points scored tonight. We outscored them by 10. So we do bring the gap down a little bit more. 51 points, the gap. That's catchable. AlphaTauri in 3rd scores some solid points tonight. 25 points. They're on 209 points now. 21 points clear of McLaren. Haas pick up an extra point. They're on 103 ahead of Mercedes on 88. And it's Alpine on 65. Aston on 61. Ferrari pick up 8 points to close the gap to Aston in 9th, and Williams down in 10th with 29 points. In the pit stop competition, we are still not on the board, but we're now only 4 tenths away from getting on the board. We are slowly closing our pit stop times down a little bit. Fortunately, everyone else is also getting a little bit quicker as well. It is a fastest pit stop for Charles Leclerc tonight. Max down is 6th. So 33 points for Red Bull and 33 points for AlphaTauri in 2nd and 3rd there. Ferrari 4th and 5th ahead of Mercedes, getting 7th and 8th. McLaren 9th and 10th. But the standings look like that. 431 points for Red Bull. AlphaTauri in 2nd on 350. Then Ferrari 254. McLaren 174. Mercedes on 111. No points for anyone else. Alpine in 6th. Ahead of Aston Martin, Haas, Williams, and we are in last place still, but we did get those 3 points last time out. Not quite sure how, but I'll take them. Now you see our fastest stop at 2.901. Is that our fastest stop of the season? Yes, it is. That was our fastest stop of the season. So hopefully we can keep that forward trajectory going and bring that down to below 2.9 in the next race. Maybe wishful thinking, but we'll see how we do. Driver report cards, 12 and 15 in the overtakes for Isaac, 23 and 10. Good solid defensive work from tonight. And Ollie, 14 and 16 and 21 and 9. Good numbers, very good numbers. As far as the sponsors go, we've made a lot of money tonight. So we got the finish position streak complete. That was just one car in the top 15 for 2 races. Finish position, which was one car in the top 15. Hardly any money worth it at all. Getting one car into Q2. Again, not really worth it, but we'll take it. And then the guarantees. We got the fastest lap. We got both in Q3, both into the top 10. And we completed our qualifying streak of 2 in the top 12 for 5 races. So we make an extra $4.6 million. Very nice. And there is that spare rear wing, which we didn't need in the end. Ollie goes up to an 87 overall. Spare chassis is available now. That's good. We've now got 2 spare chassis. And we have just 4 days to go until Monza. So let's start by looking at our inbox. There is chassis number 4. Car inspection results. No damage to either car. That's very nice. Zach O'Sullivan takes the F2 podium. The board were very, very happy. And there is the spare rear wing, so 2 spare rear wings as well. It's nice not to have to replace any parts between Grand Prix. What is the weather like for Monza? Little cloudy on the Friday and the Sunday, very hot and sticky on the Saturday. Okay, that'll be interesting. Not sure what I'll do tyre-wise there. Let's take a look at the board. So, as expected, delighted with the result in Zandvoort. So very, very good there. We have now completed our long-term objective in Season 1. We had 4 years to do it. We did it in less than 1. That is glorious. 12 points finishes out of 14 races. That's fantastic. That really is. So that will give us a nice boost to our managerial rating. That is a lock. There's no way we're going to finish below 9th now. So that's pretty much a lock. If we can win titles in this season as well, we could get a substantial gain in our managerial rating, and that should hopefully open the door to go to Ferrari next year. Let's take a look at facilities, see if anything needs a bit of expenditure. Design center is okay. Wind tunnel is fine. CFD sim's fine. Suspension's good. Car part test center's fine. Team hub is okay. Everything there's good. Operational facilities. Everything there is good as well. So we've got 7.68 million in the bank. And we don't have to touch it at all. We don't have any slots available yet, but the new front wing will be ready to go into production when we return from Monza, which means hopefully we will have that in time for Marina Bay with spares as well. I say hopefully because something may happen. Our design centre has already caught fire this year, but no, I don't think our wind tunnel's broken down on us yet, so there's still that to come at some point, no doubt. And then we can get another research project on the way. That front wing is probably going to be the last upgrade for this car. That will hopefully give us a nice boost to downforce, to dirty air performance, and maybe even to our brakes as well. And we have got this new suspension that we can get into production now as well. So we'll go with 4 of those. Again, nothing major in terms of gains, but will give us a little boost to our brakes, which is important given that we're going to some circuits where we need to make sure that we can keep the temperatures under control. So those are spare side pods on the way, so let's advance time a little bit. And there we go. We are ready for Monza, which will be tomorrow night's race. So, yeah, very successful race for Ollie. Makes up for the utter shambles that was Spa, where he scored 0 points across the sprint and race. Isaac could have followed up 2 second places in the sprint and the race at Spa with a second place tonight, but for Ocon. So a little frustrated there, but we're looking good still. I mean, we're only, 51 points behind Red Bull in the Constructors' Championship. We're only 2 points behind Max in the Drivers. Isaac is closing down slowly but surely Charles Leclerc. So with Oscar picking up good points again as well, there's a real chance that we can catch and overhaul Charles Leclerc. And we're going to take the fight to Max all the way through the rest of this season by the look of it with Ollie. So definitely a chance for both titles. We're not going to get the pit crew title, that's for sure. But if we can move up to 9th, I will consider that a major success. If we can get 9th place in the pit crew standings, given how abysmal our times are, if we can suddenly outscore Williams, who I think are the position above us, that would be glorious. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. We'll keep pumping in some heavy training for our pit crew where we can. Try and focus on speed. We can probably ignore car building now for the rest of the year. Maybe just put like half a day in once a month and really try and get those pit stop times down. I hope you have enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, please drop a like on the stream, and don't forget to let your friends know about this series. We will be back at the usual time tomorrow at 8 p.m. for the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.